Penny Wong is the Minister for Climate Change, Energy Efficiency and Water, and she's in our Parliament House studio. Minister, good morning.
Good morning, Fran.
Do you have any idea what the promise on water for the Murray Darling Basin is going to cost?
Look, what we've said is we will buy the water the basin needs. We will buy all the water that the river needs. But let's remember, we're building on a solid record of progress to date, a clear plan for the way forward. So to date, we've already purchased 1 in every 20 litres of irrigation water used in the basin. We've purchased some 900 billion litres of water. By the end of a re-elected Labor government, if we are re-elected, the Gillard government would have bought about 1 in every 7 litres of irrigation water used in the basin. And what we're saying is that we'll continue to do that work to give certainty to the river, give certainty to irrigators. We'll continue to buy each year at around the annual rate of the purchase program until we have bridged the gap between what we are currently taking out of the river and what the river needs according to the independent authority.
Even at 1 in 7, water experts, scientists say to restore the river to moderate health, you're likely to need more like 1 in every 5 litres. If that's the case by 2014, you're still going to be more than 25% short of where you need to be, aren't you?
Oh, what it shows is that we need to keep purchasing year by year, and we'll obviously do that consistent with our strict fiscal rules, but we are determined to do what the river needs. And can I say, Fran, this is the right policy. This is a policy that has been welcomed by environmentalists and by irrigators. And the extent to which it's a right policy is demonstrated by the fact that we have a South Australian Liberal MP from the Riverland saying this is what the coalition should have adopted, would have adopted, but for Barnaby Joyce's tunnel vision.
Well, this is the right policy, whatever the river needs. I mean, how much is that going to cost, though? Mike Young from the Wentworth Group says if the Murray Darling Basin Authority adopts a conservative cap, as recommended by the Scientific Review back in 2003, a minimum of 1,500 gigalitres of water back into the river, that could cost an extra $2 to $3 billion on top of the $2 billion or so you've got left in your kit bag.
Oh, look, the cap will be set by the independent authority. We did what we said we'd do. We did what John Howard said he was going to do, but he never did, and that's to set up an independent authority to set a cap based on science, a limit based on science on how much we're going to take out of the rivers. Now, I think people know that's going to be less than we're currently taking, and we're not pretending that this is an overnight fix. This is a long-term plan. We've made solid progress. We have a clear plan for further progress, and we will continue purchasing in order to get the outcome the rivers need. It stands in stark contrast.
But where's the money going to come from? You can't have just open-ended promises.
No, but
I mean, no one has that.
We've made clear we have money budgeted in the forward estimates, and yes, we have made clear that we will continue to allocate monies beyond the forward estimate period in accordance with our historical rate of purchase under this program until we purchase what is necessary. I mean, this is a choice about priorities. Of course, we will do it in a fiscally sensible way, but this is a choice about ensuring we give the certainty to rivers, certainty to communities and to irrigators. And can I say it stands in stark contrast to Barnaby Joyce, who claims that returning water to the rivers is theft for the environment. So there is a very clear contrast in this election between a party or coalition that is ducking the hard facts that you have to take less out of these rivers if we're going to return them to health, and a party who's committed to doing the right thing by the Murray-Darling Basin.
Who are you going to purchase the money from? You say only willing sellers. What if not enough farmers and irrigators want to sell their water? This could end up being very expensive if you have to pay a premium to get it.
Well, Fran, can I say to date, our experience has been that more people have been willing to sell to us than we have budgeted for purchase. So I can only what I can say to you is on historic experience, on our past experience, is that we have had a very substantial number of willing sellers. That's the policy approach to date. It's a policy approach advocated by the National Farmers Federation, the National Irrigators Council, and also, as I said, South Australian Liberal MPs.
Well, Tony Abbott is going to Adelaide today to release his plan for the Murray, to save the Murray. From what we know, according to press reports, he'll purchase immediately, if he's elected, 150 billion litres of water for the lower lakes, for the Coorong, basically to restore the health of the Coorong. That's a large part of the promise. Will you match that?
Well, Fran, this is the sort of policy you get when you put Barnaby Joyce in charge of water policy, because it dodges the hard questions about how you return water to the river. Well, can I tell you what he's promising? Mr Abbott is promising temporary water. Temporary water is exactly as it is titled. It is temporary. This is a policy that's like giving a Barocca for a broken leg. The water that he is purchasing is only for one season. What happens next season and the season after? This water is not a long-term solution to the problems at the mouth of the river. We are acutely aware of these problems, which is why we've purchased to date 900 billion litres of water. That's permanent entitlement, a permanent reduction to how much we're taking out of the river. That's serious water policy. What Mr Abbott is announcing is a series of slogans designed by Barnaby Joyce, slogans that dodge the hard policy question. How do we ensure that we take less water out of our Murray Darling Basin rivers?
All right.